2 minutes. Gentleman is recognized for 2 minutes.
I thank the chairman for yielding me this time, and I want to join with my colleagues in thanking him so much for all of his leadership on this legislation, his knowledge of the subject matter, and his ability to work out the intricacies in what may be the longest-standing battle in the Congress, and that is on fuel economies. But he's put together a standard that will work for the consumers, it will work for the environment, and it will work for the auto industry, and it will work for the people who work in that industry. Mr. Dingell, I want to thank you for that. I also want to join in thanking the Speaker of the House of Representatives for making this her most important priority for this legislation, to give us an opportunity, this Congress and the American public, to break with the past, to break with the stranglehold of the old way of thinking, both about our transportation sector and about our energy sector, to introduce into that sector the competition of alternative energy sources, of renewable energy sources, of efficient automobiles that will change America dramatically. As we know, by this legislation, many have said it, by 2030, it will save almost 4 million barrels a day. That's almost the equivalent of the output of this entire nation. You can keep thinking that you can produce your way out of this problem, but it has shown that we can't. We continue to become more and more reliant on questionable sources of energy, and yet this legislation itself will produce in just the automobile standards, will produce half of what we import from the Persian Gulf. Changes that dramatically. You can find oil in conservation, you can find oil in Detroit, or you can find it in the Persian Gulf. We chose to go in the smart direction, to think about conservation, not only its impact on energy, but on the environment and on the pocketbook of the American public. 4 million barrels of oil a day saved by 2030, 5 times the output of the Alaska pipeline today. 5 times. It's like finding money in the street and oil in the street. It doesn't mean we won't continue to produce, but it means we're going to be very smart about oil production in this country and about the use of energy on behalf of this nation. And I want to thank the gentleman.
You want one more time?
Yes.
Yield, gentleman, 1 minute.
I thank the gentleman because I also wanted to mention that we address the jobs that are going to be created by this commitment to renewables, this commitment to alternative energy sources, whether it's in nuclear, whether it's in coal, whether it's in the automobile industry, or in the renewables and sources. And that was the Green Jobs Bill, to provide training and expertise for people in solar panel manufacturing, construction work, and renewable energy and efficient initiatives. Those are very important. Those were reported out of the Committee on Education and Labor and were championed by Congresswoman Hilda Solis and Congressman John Tierney on that legislation. This legislation has the potential to create millions of new jobs in new industries of the future in every geographical sector of America, not just defined to the old centers of manufacturing, but all across this country for new, high-skilled jobs for the future. And I want to thank the gentleman for yielding the additional time.